Yeah, what's going on, world? This is Chris Watson, aka Cuts by Chris 901, and today we bring you a haircut tutorial. Today, my guy Caleb going to do a drop ball fade. We're going to edge up the beard and sponge the top. On that part, we always use the barber gear line and spray. It's a good holding spray or spritz. Always dap up the hairline and the beard. It'll go ahead and take a lot of excess oil out, and the hairline will be a lot more crispier when it's time to edge it up. Then of course we're gonna come back with the razor too. So when starting out, you want to always pick the hair out, pick it out or comb it out. With him going with the sponge look, I'm trying to lift all the hair off his scalp. We're gonna comb the sides down, but you always want to make sure you know what direction the hair is going in. With his, it's gonna be more so on the sides. We'll keep it combed out while fading it, but we're gonna get the top lifted up, come back and sponge it towards the end. Because you don't want to sponge hair that's matted down. You always want to lift it off the scalp, especially a lot of people that's new to sponging. And take those sides, comb them down. Normally you want to go diagonal to the side, diagonal in the back, straight down with the left side, then straight down in the back. All right, with the drop fade, I'm gonna start my first guideline with the trimmer. And we'll just take it, always drop down in the back because the wire the fading base is in the back, so we always drop down a little further. If you can ball out, it's like a 0, double 0 when balling out with your trimmers. Make a good clean initial guideline. You always get the excess hair on your client's neck. A lot of barbers overskip that part. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, but it'll be similar to just like this one. And with the fade, we normally always do like, it could be anywhere from 3 to 6 steps on the fade. So I'm gonna set the next guideline, use the wall 5-star, open. So we got the levers on the side. So we're gonna open it all the way up, take it up about 1/2 inch on the side, and almost a full inch towards the back. So you're almost taking that first line out. And we'll get that set. And same thing with the beard. We already zeroed it out, but we're gonna fade the beard into the drop fade. Set that same top guideline. So that's usually about 1/2 of what we set the second guideline with. So to take out that first line, we're gonna go from that 1/2 with the clipper open all the way down from mid to close. And the more I close the clipper, the more I'm gonna drop down to blend that line, the initial guideline in. So go about halfway and drop down just a little bit. I'm gonna go to close. So always remember where you set that guideline, because you don't want to knock that first line into the second line. So the more you close the fade blade, the further you want to drop down. So we can see that line kind of disappearing. Same thing. Always hold the ear down too, because a lot of people, you know, especially new barbers, they have a tendency to cut their client ear. So always hold the ear down with your offhand. All right, so we got that first guideline out. We're gonna come back, work on that second line. And this time we're gonna put the one guard on. Start out with it open. So we're gonna set a second guideline just half an inch over, but we're gonna blend this second line in. So second guideline, third guideline. The first guideline should be faded in already. So same thing, half an inch on the sides, almost a full inch around the back. So we starting open, midway, and close. So we got the third line created. We're gonna blend the second line into the third line. Halfway. And close. All right, so we got those first two lines blended in. We're gonna come back with a 1.5 guard. And same thing, we're gonna go up half an inch, take out that third line, and start the fourth fade line. So half an inch, full inch, and take it on around. All right, so we set that guideline. Was it the third and fourth? We kind of took the third out, set the fourth with that 1.5. So now we're gonna come back with the 2 guard. We're gonna try to thin out a lot of this bulk around the fade. In the same steps, we're gonna go about half an inch on the sides, full inch on the back. Clipper open. At the top, open midway close as you drop down. All right, so kind of got that guideline set up. We're gonna go ahead and do the 5th and 6th step. I'm gonna go with the 3 guard to finish thinning, take a lot of bulk out the side. Same thing, we're gonna go half. We're gonna open the blade all the way up at the top, midway, and then all the way close to get out that last guideline. So we kind of got that set. And one thing I like to do before I finish the fade, I'll go ahead and start sponging the hair just to see how the fade is falling. We'll go ahead and get the curl set on the top. For most of my sponge clients, I use the Amari Naturals natural hair cream. We sell that here in shop or online also. A little natural thin. It don't cause a lot of build up in your hair also. So usually it complements your natural hair pattern. Add a little moisture to it, make it easier to curl. It's good for waves or curls also. Get it down to the scalp pretty good. All right, like I said initially, we already picked the hair out, so it's already off the scalp. So anytime you want to sponge, you want to make sure the curls are combed out. So you make sure your curl pattern fall the right way. So we kind of got the pick, we got the cream set, then we use a double-sided curl sponge. And just make sure you're going in a clockwise direction all throughout the hair. You'll start to see the curl patterns form. Sometimes you sponge with the flat side, it'll have flatter curls. So sometimes I use it in combination, so kind of the curls is sticking up. I'll just flatten them out a little bit. You can also use the flat side to kind of brush the hair down too, so you can see how the fade is falling. But the spiky side, it kind of helps separate the hair too. It helps your curl patterns form a little better. Then you can flatten them out a little bit with the flat side. Kind of got that set. So what I'm gonna go back through, you want to make sure your fade is in a smooth transition down. So I kind of see I'm doing a little bit of touch-up work on the fade. There's a little bit of bulk still in. So I always want to comb that out good. And sometimes clients with curly hair, their hair pattern kind of goes in different directions. So in your fade, you want to make sure you always catch it at the opposite angle. Well, that's one way to do it. And what we've been showing today is just a basic or fundamental fade style. But as you work with different barbers, you'll see kind of different barbers have their own fading techniques. So this is just a universal one to start with. So I always want to make sure I know my fade guidelines. Like we started from 0 to half to 1, 1.5, 2 to 3. So as I clean up, I make sure I select the right guard, because you don't want to knock your fade. If you don't select the right guard, you end up knocking your fade up higher and higher. So I'm gonna start back with the 1, because I know in this area I want to clean it up a little bit. And I'm only stay in that fade zone. Stay in that fade zone where I set the 1 guard at. So I'm gonna take the guard off and kind of clean up in that half zone that I set, just to make sure those patterns, the fades are flowing together. It should be a natural flow. So we'll do a little touch-up work. All right, we're still doing a little cleanup work. I'm gonna go back with the 1.5. kind of debulk this area a little bit. All right, so we kind of got the fade set for the most part. So we're gonna work on the hairline next. And he kind of got the widow's peak, but we taking that off, right?
Yeah.
So the hairline, you always want to try to always start in the middle of the forehead, and then set your base going out. So you'll make sure the hair good and combed out. And then when you start your sides, you always want to make sure you can check the eyebrows too. So when you line the C cups up, you want to make sure it's congruent with the other side. So we try to keep the hairline as natural as possible. Same thing while I set it in the middle. I'm gonna come back and meet it on this side. All right, so we kind of got that front set. We'll come back and clean it up a little bit with the razor. So we set the sides. We got the good T-line blade. So we'll meet it in the corner where we set here. Come back with the opposite side. And we'll set the corner with the right corner of the T-blade. And then use the tip of the blade to create the C cup. Same thing on this side. Make sure they meet up. So you might have to go into this one just a little bit. All right, so we kind of got this set. We're gonna come back and clean the hairline up with the razor in just a minute. So just going through, make sure to fade. Gonna smooth it out a little bit. And take a little bit of the bulk out. Knowing your fade zones too, I'm gonna set a reverse fade a little bit and kind of go with the grain and take some of the bulk out the sides with the 2-guard. And start off with it open and just clean it up a little bit. And midway, and then all the way closed towards the bottom. And same thing with the beard, you always want to comb it out first. And we're gonna keep as much as the beard as possible. Comb the mustache out. We're gonna use the wall detailer this time. So first, we're gonna clean up the neck. You always want to hold the skin tight to make sure you don't, scratch your client's neck or cut them in any way. So always with the shave, you want to keep the skin as tight as possible. Shaves and hairlines. So we'll set that bottom line. We'll keep the beard full. Let's clean the neck area up. Come back through. Comb it out good. You want to catch all the excess hair that's hanging over the hairline or the beard hairline. Then we'll come back through, edge it up good. And same thing, try to keep it as natural as possible. And keep as much, try to extend as much of the beard as possible too. We're keeping it full. Same thing on the other side. We're gonna clean the neck up, set the outline of the beard up. And we're gonna even it out. So I'm gonna take the clippers and go with the half. We just take the guard off, open it all the way up. And just trim it, make sure it's all even. Like with the trimmers, edge it up. We're gonna go across the bottom of the stash first and then clean up the top part. And around the insides. Go ahead and edge the hairline and beard over with the razor. So we're gonna use the barber gear shave gel to kind of lather the skin up, get it ready for shave for the razor. And we're just gonna do the top of the beard. A lot of guys' necks are real sensitive, so we're not gonna put the razor on the neck today. We use the Barber Gear Cool Finish. It had a little minty smell, kind of open up your nasal passages. There's another product from Barber Gear. We keep those in stock also. It has the dropper on it. Let's get a few droplets. So it keeps the beard moisturized, keeps the shine on it, and it helps it grow also. So one of our top selling products. Put the droplets through. You can either brush it or comb the oil through. Add a little bit to all sides. So get it shined up, sponge it up again. Take a look at the haircut, see anything else we need to touch up. Yeah, always make sure you get the neck good. The clients have little hair on their ear. Clean that up also. All right, so this is the final cut. This is the drop ball fade, raise the hairline, raise the beard with the extra products touched in. All right, so if there's any other cuts y'all would like me to do, just inbox me or mention in the comments. We do classes, group sessions, one-on-one sessions, or look and learn classes. Then we'll have more videos to come. So appreciate you.